Welcome everyone, this is the 31 Days of Dread, and I am your host, Peter A. DeLuca, aka PAD, and this is where we do one horror movie a day for the entire month of October. That's 30, if you can't count, that's 31 movies celebrating the greatest genre of them all, the greatest experimentational platform of them all, the greatest young filmmaker discoverer of them all. It is horror, 31 days coming at you. Look out, ghouls and ghosts, it gets spooky. Alright everyone, coming out of that intro hot, this is what I call the telethon portion of the podcast. This is where I pitch myself to you for your support. Your support means everything to me because we're fighting, the AKAPAD army is fighting against algorithms everywhere. Algorithms, I ate some cereal earlier today, I dumped it into my bowl and it was full of algorithms. Okay, bad joke. Alright. Sharing this podcast, telling your friends about it, leaving comments, leaving reviews. This is how we grow AKAPAD's audio audacity. Your support there is more valuable than anything other than like a high five in person, because I'd love a high five in person. So we have something very interesting with this. I've watched a lot of nightmare commentary, I watched a lot of documentaries, see a lot of stuff on YouTube. YouTube, by the way, is your best source of just... Look, if you don't want to read Wikipedia articles, just go to YouTube and some YouTuber just pulls what's in Wikipedia and makes a video out of it. Previous movie, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, redefines the franchise, introduces Freddy. This is the anchor of the entire series. When we imagine Freddy, we imagine a nightmare movie. This is the movie. Then we get a sequel. Let's get more of this. We somewhat pinpointed the deaths. We know the attitude of Freddy, and now we have a Freddy that's not bound to the events in the first movie. Freddy now is seeking souls to get stronger. And then he cannot die, but he will find you. If you're dreaming in somewhat of a geographic area, because his horror, his power is still geographically limited, but we get into some of these ideas. We get into the idea that Freddy is not enacting revenge because he's at the end of the line. He's killed everyone. He's tortured, maimed, killed all the children of the parents that burned him alive, rightfully so. Well, he's off of that. Now he just needs souls. Here we go. This version of Freddy in this movie is Freddy at his most powerful, most scary, and I kind of want to say like at his most like all go and no quit. And the reason why I say it like that, because this is so similar to what we saw with the Tim Burton Batman movie, where they kind of say, look, we can't sell Happy Meals with Batman Returns. I mean, your shit's too scary. We need products, Mr. Burton. We need tangible products. You can make your movie, but hey, Beetlejuice got a cartoon. Beetlejuice got this. Beetlejuice got that. You can do you can do stuff like that, Mr. Burton, but you can't do what you did with Batman Returns. This is now like a giant franchise. We understand this character. We know how to sell him. So we get a new director. We get a new movement for Batman Forever, which is at this point probably my favorite of all of them, because I love Forever. But we have this redefinition of the character, and Forever goes right into Batman and Robin, which is, we have to go deeper now. Because, look, we're still trying to run a company. We're trying to make a product. The way how Dream Master goes into Dream Child, they echo one another. They're so congruent. It's scary. And look, thinking New Line Cinema, Warner Brothers, same company, different companies, but same umbrella. People cross-talk. Some of these things could happen. But with Dream Master, we get one of my favorite Freddy tropes, which is you die in the beginning of the next movie. Kincaid dies awesomely. Who else died? I mean, like, I can kind of go through it. We open with that graveyard shot, with the graveyard scene, with the cars, or the junkyard. I say graveyard, I mean junkyard. And we get Alice Johnson, new character. Okay, Alice, we have Danny Hensel, who dies awesomely in the next movie. Yeah, Roland Kincaid, Ken Sagos. I guess he might be passed away because the one picture I'm looking at is he passed? But anyway, we gotta go into how this movie's stacked, because look, they had this. Look, there's a little bit of a definition that was formed with 3. We have Rennie Harlin, who maybe shoots the best looking of all these movies. Rennie Harlin goes to make Cliffhanger, a amazing Stallone movie, one of my favorites. Cutthroat Island, at the time, the best shot, the best looking pirate movie ever. Rennie Harlin gets 0 credit. He gets 0 credit for Die Hard 2, for whatever reason. But now we have different story guys, we have different screenwriters, but they're using the template from the first movie, or from the third movie, which has like the most stacked production cast. Like it really is. The people behind the camera for this one, and even the Hogan, for Chris Hogan, right, the next movie. These guys are more than capable. They're more than ready to make significant movies. And then we have this mythology of Kruger, because we're trying to get into what motivates him. And it's amazing. It's amazing that it's an in-series reboot. They've given you something new that motivates Freddy. And then there we go. And then at the end of all of this, we get a problem that we see in the next 3 movies. If Freddy isn't motivated by somewhat of this curse that happens to him in the first movie, getting rid of him is just something that will have to happen. And hopefully the movie is directed enough. It's all direction, okay? It's directed well enough for you to take it and to move on. And this movie is that, because this is where Freddy sees himself in the mirror, and then Freddy loses. He loses when he sees his reflection. That's a no. That's an absolute no. But people, watching this and watching 3 and 4 it's a in movies like sequel, just like Star Trek 3 and 4. Okay, Star Trek 2 reboots the franchise, and then we get Star Trek 3 and 4. Freddy 3 rebooted the franchise, but we do get 3 and 4, and in a larger way, we do get 5 and 6. 5 and 6 do link up, but I do like calling 3, 4, and 5 a trilogy. I do believe that's an in-franchise trilogy. So everyone, do not dismiss this movie. This is the one movie that isn't spoken about a lot. This also has the death of Welcome to Primetime Bitch, the absolute best death of all the Freddy movies. This is where he picks a girl up and he shoves her face into a TV. It's the absolute best death. Welcome to Primetime. Next episode, we're doing the fall of the franchise. It is hard to recover from Dream Child. It really is. I'll get into more detail about that. And to continue this telethon where we're not talking about high five, there's other ways to support me. I'm a living professional. I'm a full-time freelancer. anything you see on this, like here on this podcast or see my social media, I make everything. It's all made by me. That's a part of my pitch to you. And you can purchase professional services through AKAPAD.com. That's a pipeline to me if you want to send me a message. But also while you're there, you can sign up for my newsletter. You're going to get deals. You're going to get coupons. You're going to get 2 free trading cards mailed to you free worldwide. And they're 2 Wolfpack trading cards, 2 original characters, for upcoming comic book work. And speaking of comic books, you can go to Etsy, type in Uzi Susie, and that's where you're going to find my mini comic. You can purchase existing issues and pre-order upcoming issues along with bundles if you missed any, like issue 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. There, Uzi Susie is waiting for you. And keep an eye on Indiegogo. A lot of my bigger comic book projects will be available through Indiegogo. All of those updates will be here on this podcast, so if you're a regular listener, I'll let you know. We can rock and roll from there. So everyone, thank you so much, and feel free to reach out to me on social media, AKAPad69, Instagram, and Xbox. That's right, you can play Halo with me. Just straight up AKAPad on Twitter, straight up AKAPad on the Facebook. My business page is there. My personal page is there. Hey, be a personal friend of mine. I don't care. Let's talk movies. Let's talk creativity. Let's talk fun. And just, who cares? Do you like, the Transformer movies? I love them. We can talk about that all night. So meet me there and we'll rock and roll. Let's get talking. We got a movie to discuss.